Good morning. It is currently 4:18 right now. Just in my bed, gonna make my to-do list, then go on my run, get the day started. So let's get it. Whew. Not the day, baby. You know, I just started my cut maybe half a month ago, and let me tell you, I've been doing more hypertrophy, retaining some strength training. Obviously, overload, but I have been so sore the past 2 to 3 times I've been hitting whatever it is, chest, back, biceps, blah, blah, blah. And I'm dead right now, but it's all good. Could be worse, you know what I'm saying? So let me finish this run up, catch my breath. I'll check back with you later. All right, got the run done, got that out of the way. I'm pretty sore and tired today, but another day above ground's a good day, right? So kind of wanted to talk about visualization a little bit today. I know I said that in the last video, and I want to say how that kind of relates to why I wake up at 4 a.m., go on my runs, organize my day the way I do. So when I first got turned on to visualization, I was explained that it's a lot about understanding your own mind, getting into an almost meditative state, and actually seeing yourself in the position you want to be in. So this form of visualization is to kind of get yourself to the next level of where you want to be, and this will get you there. And obviously you have to put in the work necessary for it, like I am, but it is the roadmap, like I was saying yesterday, it is the roadmap, the blueprint to what you need to be doing to get where you want to be. So when I started to visualize about my goals, where I wanted to be in a year, 2 years, wherever, I saw myself, successful, penthouse suite, big city, whatever. The more in depth you go with your visualization, the more in detail you can have it be, the more you can understand with your senses, the more you can feel, smell, hear, touch in your visualization, the more you will manifest it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a very spiritual person, but I do believe that God gave us an imagination and that this is for us to use. And how do you think the greats like Da Vinci, Michelangelo, all them did these things? This is a time before phones, before whatever. So the real reason why I started doing this is when I saw myself in that penthouse, in my ideal position in life, and took myself in my head through a day in the life of me, right? And it starts from when I wake up. And it's now, okay, what is a person with that net worth or that value doing when he wakes up? Is he waking up at 10? Probably not. So in my visualization, it's okay, I wake up at 4 a.m. Then what? Okay, I'm going on a jog. Okay, cool. Then, and so I kind of took myself through each of these days. And, when I started to implement that in my daily life, because, you can't be that person before you're that person. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have the luxuries of that life before I actually live that life. So I started to implement that into my daily life. I started to, get up at 4 a.m. every day. Start with that. Okay. For a while, it was hard to get myself to go on those runs in the morning. I'm not a cardio person, but, I said, it doesn't matter. It's not, if I really want this, there's no scale. It's how bad do you want it versus how much you're willing to try to get it. So that's ultimately the question for anybody, for anything you want. It's how bad do you want it? Because it's not going to be easy. If it was, everybody would do it, right? So slowly implementing these things in my life, and with the visualization, it's every single day you have to do it. I'm not saying it's like a dire need or it's not going to work. It's how deep can you get into it? How accustomed to that feeling of being in the winning position can you be? Because that is what will get you there. It's like I had said, it's about the using all 5 senses to feel yourself in that position. But the most important one is the emotion. So it's when you are in that winning state and you are where you want to be, can you feel that? And then when you open your eyes and you start going about your daily life, can you live in that feeling? The more you can do that, just like any of the great athletes, they watch videos of themselves winning
before their big game, and they get that into their head, and from there it's go time because they're already feeling the sense of winning. So when it happens, it's almost like a nostalgia. It's like, okay, I've already been here. I've already been in that penthouse. I've already been in my mansion, you know? And so it's not I'm going to be or I need to be. It is I am. Until you can be that person, you will not be that person, if you know what I mean. So that's just a little bit about visualization and stuff, but I'll probably get some work done right here, get some designs done for Creature, then go eat in a little bit and go to the gym. All right, just got back from the gym. I hit some legs today, so good day. About to go eat my post-workout meal. Same thing as yesterday, 6 eggs, a little bit of cheese. Might throw some bread in there for some carbs, some fruit probably. And you know, I have the same thing mainly every day. A lot of people ask me, they're like, why do you eat the same thing every day? Like, don't you get tired of eggs? Like, yes, I do. My secret is I just try and throw in like, oh, I'll do scrambled one day, I'll do over easy the next day, whatever. But the main thing is like I was talking about earlier, it's the scale factor, right? It's, okay, how inconvenient or disgusting is this after so long versus how bad you want the results, you know? And so for me, if it's something you really want, whether that's gaining weight, losing weight, getting the body you want, mindset, whatever, scale it out. If you don't want it that bad, don't hate on somebody else who's doing the things you wouldn't do for something that they want more than you know? So I'll get something to eat and then we'll get into the rest of the visualization. And yeah. Okay, just finished my post-workout meal. Not bad. And I kind of wanted to finish up today with talking a little bit about visualization and how, if you're interested, you can start yourself. What my ideal startup is, what kind of got me into it. I'll keep it brief, but essentially, I think to have a better understanding of visualization and to interpret it a little bit more in depth, you would want to mess around with meditation a little bit. Because for me, I can't get in the state to visualize to my capacity if my head is elsewhere. Meditation is great for that because you clear your mind. You know, you get into that state of Zen, flow state, whatever you want to call it. And once you know kind of the basics on that, you can get yourself to that state where you're pretty clear-minded, you have nothing going on in your head. Obviously, you'll close your eyes, get somewhere comfortable. Now, one of the main things that turned me onto this, that helped me a lot with this journey, is they are the gateway tapes. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that. One of my buddies actually showed me the gateway tapes. We did a couple of them ourselves, and it was pretty crazy. And the only reason I had done it is, you know, it claims to let you have out-of-body experiences. Some of them let you go back and forth in time, you know, astral projection, different things to that nature. And for me, that kind of was like, you know, skeptical, obviously, right? Anyone would be. And it's only until my friend showed me that the CIA in 2003 actually released these documents that they had tested this. So they had tried, I believe this was in the 80s that they tried it, but they released a whole, I think like 90 pages or so of documents. And it describes how they had the test subjects try these different meditations. I believe there's like 10 sets of tapes. I think it said that about 5% are able to get to the last set, which is the astral projection, the going back and forth in time, being able to be not conform to your physical body. Although, I will say there's a lot that even my buddy who tried these has been able to do with them. In these documents, there's a lot of stuff going on. I can link them in the description, but it talks about, you know, having communication with terrestrial activity, how they had to use different meditation techniques to distract themselves from that terrestrial information, they called it. So they have, I wouldn't say proved, they say people had done it and they've reported actual energies coming out of their bodies when they astral projected. So these things kind of said, okay, you know what, there is evidence behind this on CIA.gov. So I got into the meditation part. From there, you know, I kind of drifted off from the gateway tapes and I kind of went into more of visualization, which you get into that meditative state. And like I had said earlier, For me, what I do personally is I do a 3, 2, 1, and I visualize it like a movie theater. At 1, I am in the POV of myself in my desired situation. Like I said earlier, you want to feel what that feels like in all of your senses. On top of that, you also want to feel the emotion, which is the most important part. The emotion of that winning state. Now, the more and more you do this, the more and more you condition yourself to be in the headspace of that person that you want to be, that you can see yourself as. The more you do this, the more it will slowly, naturally implement itself into your unconscious brain day to day. You will find yourself making decisions that you would have not normally made because you know that the person that you visualize and you want to be makes those decisions. So the more you do it, the more natural it gets, the more integrated into your unconscious it becomes. The key to it all is practice. Start with a little bit of meditation, look into the tapes. My best way of doing it is, like I said, all of a sudden, bam, you're in the POV. Notice all the details in the room, the color of the room, the feeling of the floor, the smell of the room, the sounds you're hearing. And then when you get to that point of, okay, this is where I want to be, feel that and carry that in your daily life. And like I said, you will eventually integrate that into your subconscious. And yeah, it's a long process. It's not as easy as it sounds, but try it and it will change your life. So on that note, another day. I'm doing this Monday through Friday. So like I said, if there's any suggestions or anything you guys want me to stick with, I'll be happy to. So hope I've helped someone out. You guys have a good rest of your day.